Hi everyone, welcome to a new collective reading. So I do these readings to get a message out for whomever needs it the most at this point. These are absolutely timeless. You can watch them at any point you find them. And my intention is to give you some guidance or some inspiration or some confirmation for something or a heads up for something. Whatever spirit has for you that you need to know at this point. So let's see, what do we have for collective? What do they need to know at this point? You've got potential, Himalayan blue poppy. That's a good way to start the reading. Let's see what else we've got for collective. So whatever it is you're doing at this point, there is some potential here. And I'm kind of drawn to the number 30 here, which does reduces to a 3. It's something is manifesting, okay, for you. So you may need to hear that. You may need that encouragement to hear that something is good for you. It's got potential. It's manifesting it's on its way to manifestation, okay. So I'm also getting nourishment from this card. I don't know if that's what this particular flower means, but I'm getting nourishment, like it's like a feminine quality to it. It's like yeah, and being nourished, like a mother type of nourishment. So it's interesting. Okay, so these two fell out. What have you got? Look at the bigger picture. You've got full moon in Sagittarius, and you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Interesting. I do feel like this one belongs here. Perhaps some of you have something going on, this Cancer nurturing energy that came through for me here with this card. And this color to me is kind of like healing or nurturing or something. You've got, perhaps a confirmation here that your loved ones are safe, or perhaps you're having a hard time within your family with whomever you have that's close to you. So you are being protected, being nurtured, being guided. There's potential here for better. Perhaps if you are inquiring about a relationship you may have right now, it does say that you have potential here. You also have, look at the bigger picture. Now, the full moon in Sagittarius is quite a powerful one because Sagittarius has a tendency to illuminate the truth, or to put you in a state where you understand the bigger picture. Okay, so the full moon in Sagittarius is quite a powerful one because I feel like you're beginning to understand how everything works. Okay, or if you're going through some kind of a hard situation here with this new moon in Cancer, because I feel like there is something happening, with people that are close to you, or perhaps your inner emotional turmoil you might be going through. You're being called to look at the bigger picture here. What does it all mean to you? What is the meaning you associate with this particular event? Or you're being called to shift the way you see things. If something is hard or difficult, to see it, how does it fit into the grand scheme of things? Perhaps there is a lesson here. Perhaps there is some guidance or something. It's like you're being guided towards something. Something's being illuminated. You're gaining perspective. The full moon in Sagittarius is all about perspective. So you're being called to shift your perspective in regards to a situation here. Let me see. Do I need... Get you one of these. So what else does collective need to know? I do feel like for some of you, the potential of something will be manifested through you changing this perspective and looking at the bigger picture. Something to think about. You've got loosen your grip, coping mechanism, density, addiction, let God in. Okay. Some of you might be struggling with some coping mechanism here. The idea of density kind of struck me a little bit because it does seem like density has a kind of a knack for keeping you a little bit into the negative. Okay, and let God in. The full moon in Sagittarius is exactly that, is allowing you to see things from God's perspective. You know, Sagittarius rules the ninth house where, you know, God can be found, so to speak. I mean, whatever God you believe in, you know, if you believe in that sort of thing. But it's just letting spirit in. Some of you might be trapped in some kind of a cycle where it's not quite healthy for you, because it says loosen your grip. I feel like you're trying very hard to control the way you feel by having these sort of coping mechanisms. Let's see what the tarot has. I will get you some tarot as well, but I will read that from the book as well to see what else it says for you, just to get a better understanding. Okay, so this card does talk about the things you cling to, okay? Often to cover up some vulnerable space within ourselves, the part that we're afraid to leave empty. So I do feel like some of you might be going through something tough here in regards to some family situation or some loved ones or children perhaps, or something like that. But because potential is here, I feel like you're being called to see the potential in all of this situation. See what is it offering to you, because you do have look at the bigger picture here. So it's like this is a call for you to get out of that density or out of that negative, to see the potential, to see the value of something. Okay. And also there's a tie here to your spirituality, whatever that is for you. It's telling you to open up to something bigger than yourself, or to allow this situation that you're in to transition into something that is beyond itself, no matter how painful or how difficult it might be, because there is some value here in whatever it is you're going through. You know, you've got two cards here that are indicating to you that whatever it is you're going through right now, it's going to be okay. This is probably something that you're meant to go through, because there is something valuable in this experience. I know that's kind of cliche to say, because I hate it when, you know, somebody tells me, oh, there's something good happening, even if it's bad, and I always just roll my eyes, but it's actually true. You know, we may roll our eyes at it, but, you know, when you're in the thick of it, you don't want to hear that. But there is something here that's teaching you a valuable lesson, okay? And you just, all you have to do is just allow, just loosen that control for just a minute for you to see something bigger than itself, or see something bigger than you. For some of you, you're literally searching for God or gods or goddesses, or whatever it is you believe in. It could be of a spiritual nature. So, you know, just apply it to your situation. you know, some of you are again literally struggling with some sort of a coping mechanism, and even that in itself has some value to your life, that struggle, or that you know, you're being forced to look at yourself and to look at things the way they are and why you have those coping mechanisms. You know, a lot of self-analysis needs to be made here, which again, not everybody has the patience or, you know, the grits for, because you do have to have some grits to look at yourself and see yourself for who you really are, and, you know, the bad and the ugly and the good. But underneath everything, there is potential, there's value in things, there's value in what you're going through. So, yeah. So if this card appears, loosening your grip, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and to give up control, to release your coping mechanism and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosening your grip doesn't mean that what you cling to will go away. It may or it may not, but you can be sure that what is for you will stay or will find you. And you can breathe easier knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Some of you, you're going through a loss here. Is when I read that, I got this sense of you might have lost something or someone. And that's been quite intense for you. So some of you, that might resonate if you lost someone dear. But overall, you're just being called to see things differently and to allow yourself, allow the vulnerable and the raw you to kind of appear, so you can meet him, her, meet the vulnerable part of you. Because you have vulnerability showing up here twice, so there is some issue with that. So let's see what the tarot has. What else can we tell, collective? Ah, itchy nose. I also heard everything has its place. I don't know, that's probably for someone. Everything has its place in your life, in the world. Probably somebody needed to hear that. Like there's an order to things. Divine order, something like that. Whatever that means to you, I don't know. So what else? See, you've got temperance here, which is very much the same as loosening your grip, because in the temperance card is about inner equilibrium, inner balance. This is also a card of grace, allowing grace in as well, because when you're blending in, when you not blending in, when you're blending certain parts of yourself, it's like you're beginning to integrate. There's a sense of integration here as well with this temperance card. There's a sense of finding grace or finding balance here. Nine of Swords. It's a lot of worry here about something. Some of you, this is about somebody you have that is dear to you, with the Two of Cups again showing up here, whether this is a partner or, you know, some sort of a soul connection, soul tie. It doesn't have to be romantic. But again, I'm kind of drawn to, you've got cups here, 2 cups. There's the idea of harmony here. You also have Venus here in the middle, which is literally the archetype of Venus is the harmonizer, of bringing things together and blending them in such a way that it creates harmony. Some of you, you are blending with another person, and you are creating some sort of a beautiful relationship. Again, there is potential in this. But there's also this anxiety here, which I'm kind of drawn to this Cancer card here, where it says you and your loved ones are safe. You could be worrying about this particular person or this particular connection, whatever it is. There's some anxiety here. Okay, this is very specific, but for someone here, I'm getting from this Nine of Swords that you are worried about what the other person will say or how they will judge you if they knew something about you. There's the idea of being judged by the other person because of something you did or didn't do, or I don't know, there's something that you are worried about that the other person will judge about you. So that's interesting. That is specific for someone. It's kind of interesting you have Sagittarius twice here. So Sagittarius or Sagittarian energy is prominent here for you, whether this is a person you're connecting with or you are of a Sagittarius sign, or you're very spiritual, you're very spiritually inclined or something like that. And you also have water energy here. Even in this blue puppy card, there is water in the background as well. So the idea of emotional safety is somehow tied to your spirituality, or is tied up to some sort of a universal understanding. Those are very odd terms that come to me, as I'm channeling. So I don't know what this means to you. I suppose it makes sense for someone. But yeah, there's some worry here in regards to someone that is dear to you. And temperance and loosen your grip here. You're definitely being called to let go of control. Okay, you've got this emphasized twice. To let go of control, that things will come into harmony, things will come into balance in their own time. And I got that before, that everything has its place, or everything has its time. There's like some kind of timing, divine timing, or divine structure, or something like that. That's, perhaps that's what you're worried about, that things aren't happening, or again, the idea of being judged, or feeling like you're going to be ashamed of yourself because the other person will find out something about you. Just take whatever messages resonate for you at this time. But you do have a beautiful connection showing up here. Something that has potential, okay? Quite literally, you could be meeting someone, or you are connected to someone already. You're being reassured that everything is okay, for you not to worry unnecessarily, that things are going to be in order. They're going to take their natural course, their natural timing of things. But, just to be assured that there is potential here. And for some of you, you need to work on yourself when it comes to letting go of control and allowing grace in, God in, Spirit in, whatever that is for you. If you're very worried here or something, you're going through something rough, just be assured that everything has its place. Everything has its natural state. You'll go through these things, you'll learn from them, you'll see the bigger picture, you'll heal, things are going to go back to a normal state of balance. Everything will be okay. Because the Nine of Swords, it doesn't actually literally indicate something negative happening. That negative thing is happening only in our minds with the Nine of Swords. It's not a real threat, okay? Now, for some of you, it could be that you're literally going through something rough, but for the most part, the Nine of Swords indicates some unfounded fears, okay? Perhaps based on something very small that, triggered some sort of negative thinking. But for the most part, this is only in our head. And because this Nine of Swords is surrounded by Temperance and the Two of Cups, I'm here to reassure you that your worries, they're going to be negated by this beautiful energy that is surrounding it, okay? You are surrounded by love, you're surrounded by spirit, you're surrounded by grace, and all you have to do is just keep working on yourself and keep allowing this grace to come through you, because this density is in this Nine of Swords, okay? It's in this negativity, okay? You're probably drawn to something negative here, or you're allowing your negative thoughts to multiply without having any base to them. But you're surrounded by beautiful energy, okay? For whomever this is, you're being reassured that things are going to be okay, okay? And if you're in a relationship, this relationship has potential. You're being told that your loved ones and you are safe, they're okay, okay? So that's that. That was my reading for you. I wish you the best, and we'll see. We'll speak soon. Bye.